Today we're going to do our bag bread. Fun and easy to do, guys. So let's get started. You're going to need 4 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of rapid rise yeast, 1 tablespoon, that's why it's capitalized, of sugar, teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups of water reaching 130 Fahrenheit, 1 egg. So here we have our flour, and here we'll have our yeast, and here we have sugar. This is our salt, our water at 130 degrees. We're going to put it in 1 gallon Ziploc bag, and just so that you know, this is what the rapid quick rise yeast looks like. You'll need 2 packages. You won't use all 2 because you'll measure, but you'll use 1.5. The other things that you're going to need is an oil or a spray that we're going to spray in a bowl that will hold our dough. You'll also need a floured surface so we can knead our dough. And then your toppings. Do you like Parmesan pretzels? Do you like salt, coarse salt, or do you like cinnamon and sugar? Let's go ahead and wash our hands. You don't want your dough to be contaminated with something you've touched in the dirt. Maybe you've gone to the bathroom or you were eating something. You just want to make sure your hands are nice and clean. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, open your bag. Don't put your hands in the bag because if you haven't washed your hands, then you'll contaminate the dough and the inside of the bag. We're going to take 2 cups of our flour and put it right in our bag. And you want to make sure you have 2 cups. Okay? Next goes in our 1 tablespoon of rapid rice yeast. Dump it right in there. Next goes our 1 tablespoon of sugar. Put that right in there too. And then 1 teaspoon of our salt. Voila! Now comes our water. Now careful because that water is going to be a little warm. Okay? So dump that in there. We're going to zip this bag up. And now you're going to play with it. Just squish, 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 squish with your hands. Get it all nice and mixed up in there. Have fun with it. But you want to make sure all of your ingredients is mixed in before you open your bag and add the rest of that flour. So we put 2 bags of flour in here, so the rest that is left is 2 cups of flour, okay? Mine's all nice and mixed up, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest. I don't need to measure it this time, so I'm just going to dump it because I pre-measured mine. In it goes. Now we can have fun again. Now you mix and mix. Just mix and mix. I'm going to let a little air out so that I can get, there we go. Oh, look at that. And you're supposed to keep mixing until your bread starts pulling away from your bag. So it should get real, like a ball of dough instead of like a messy goo. Okay, so you just want to keep going until you don't have messy goo. Turn that bag all over the place. It's okay because you already have it zipped up. It's not going to fall out, see? So just mix and mix until it starts to become, see, it's starting to collect and be like a ball in some places. I want to make sure the whole thing is a ball and that all my flour is incorporated. That means, when I say incorporated, that means it's brought in and it's all mixed together. Because you don't want any left that's real gooey, you don't want any left that's just flour. You want to have it all mixed together. So just keep playing until you get it all in a ball. And see, now I pretty much have a ball going on in here. It's real tight, which means it's probably a good ball. Let's open it and see. It's okay to open it. Yeah, I have nice gooey but firm ball in here. See? And it's pulling away from the sides of the bag. Now's the time to turn it onto our floured surface I showed you. Okay, here's our floured surface. And now I'm going to drop my dough. Pull any extra out that might be a little stuck in there. I squished it good. Okay. It's going to be sticky, okay? So not too bad, but a little bit, see? All right. Now we're going to do what they call, you're going to knead it. That's K-N-E-A-D. And you're going to take your dough and push and fold it over, push, and you keep folding and pushing, okay? That's called kneading the dough. The sounds that you're hearing out there is a nice big trencher digging me a nice trench for a new sprinkler system for my new yard. So we're going to knead this for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? We'll come back as soon as that's done. Okay, so just a few more minutes. I keep folding it and pushing it down. And it's going to be kind of hard to do, so if you need mom's help or dad's help, go get them and have them help you knead this, okay? Because it does get stiff and hard. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my cooking spray and we're going to spray the inside of our bowl just so it doesn't stick, okay? So there it is. We're going to put this inside our bowl. We're going to give it just a tiny little spray and we're going to cover it with plastic, okay, for about 10 minutes. Get my plastic and we're going to cover our bowl, okay? All nice and tidy. Give it its 10 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting for our bread to rise a little bit, we're going to take our 1 egg. We're going to crack it into a nice bowl. Okay? And we're going to beat it. Okay? This is what's going to get brushed on the top of our pretzels so that everything that we put on top kind of sticks and it gives it kind of that glazy look. Okay? Now that that's ready, we'll just set it aside. Let's take a look and see if our bread is ready. We're going to do what they call the ripe test. Okay? So with the ripe test, you take your 2 fingers, you press down pretty quickly, and you see if your indentations stay in there pretty good. And it looks like mine is. They haven't puffed out. So I think that our rice has finally gotten to that point. Okay? So what you're going to do with it now, which everybody likes to do, you're going to punch it. And you're going to get the air out of it. You'll hear air squish out of that. Okay? You punch it down. And you take it out. Okay? Now, I'm going to place it on top of here. With a knife, we're going to cut this into 12 pieces. I find that if I cut it in half, okay, then I cut each side into 6 pieces. And that will give me my 12 pieces. So I tried to make it a little square so that it's easy. And my oven just told me we're ready to put things in. It's at 425. So if you kind of make them into kind of a log, just squish them a little bit, then you can cut them into the 6 pieces. So what I do is I cut it in half first so that I can get good even pieces. Then I cut those in half. Well, no, we can't cut those in half. That'd give us 8 pieces, right? 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3. That gives 4 pieces on each side. That'd be 8. We need 12. So we need to cut one side into 3 pieces. And this one into 3 pieces. As you can see, I have 12 pieces now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to take just one. Okay? Just one of those. Oops. Let's bring you back down to here. And we're going to move these aside and take only one piece. Now, what we're going to do is like with Play-Doh, you're going to roll it. We don't need as much flour now because this isn't sticky anymore. So I'm going to move that aside and I'm going to start rolling out my dough. Okay. We want it to be nice and long because we want to make pretzels with these, right? My hands and the counter is just a little slippery, so let me wipe it down, make it a little more grippy so that my pretzel will not roll around as much. There we go. Now it's rolling a little better. They're still a little dry, so they're sliding a lot. Now, depending on how big you want your pretzel, then is how long you want the stick to be. Because when you go to fold a pretzel, it'll be like that small. Which isn't too bad, but I think I want mine a little bigger. Because they're going to have to sit and rise a little bit. So they're going to get real thick when they rise a little bit. This one just did not want to roll out real easy. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of my egg wash a little bit of egg wash with my finger. Put it on here so that they kind of stick, so they don't fly open. Okay? So there's one pretzel. And with those, we're going to take and we're going to spray our pan. Again with our spray, or you can use oil, because you don't want these to stick on there. Okay? Now I'm going to take my pretzel and I will place it on here. And in a minute we'll use our egg wash and put whatever flavor we want on there. Now since I have 5 of these already rolled out, we're going to brush it with some egg. This helps all of our toppings stick a little better and gives it that pretty brownness that you want. We'll do 2 at a time. And I think for my first 2, I'm going to do cinnamon and sugar because I have it. I like cinnamon and sugar. So let's do some cinnamon and sugar. A nice dessert pretzel, huh? When I go to the pretzel stand, I like to get cinnamon and sugar. I also like Parmesan, and we'll do a couple of those too. So I now have my cinnamon and sugar all over. Now we're going to brush some more. Okay. We'll do that last one too, because no sense in waiting, huh? Just get it all over. I think the next one we're going to do will probably be salt. So let's get some salt in our hand. And you need a coarse salt for our pretzels, so just lightly salt them because we don't need too much salt for these. Okay. Now we're going to set these aside and let them do some rising. Okay, so our first set of pretzels have doubled in size. Now's the time we're going to put them in. So let's put these in the oven. It's set at 425. We'll throw them in, and it'll take anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes in the oven. Okay? We're getting real close with the other ones doubling. So we'll be putting those in also soon. Okay guys, the timer's just about ready to go off. These have doubled in size. So when the first tray comes out, we'll put the second trays in. Open our door and look at how beautiful those brownies look. All right, those pretzels look. I'm thinking brownies and chocolate. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? I bet they taste as good as they look. I'll go ahead and put these in now. And bake these up. Okay, I just wanted to show you the end product. We have our Parmesan, cinnamon, salted pretzels. Don't they look great? What do you say we try one? Let's give it a shot. Hi! And I'm going to try the cinnamon because I like that best. Really good. I hope you like this. So, till next time, bye.